Hey, it's Jason Kochis. I am back with a new inking video. This time I'm going to be inking a drawing of Kagome from InuYasha, and that is from the anime and manga by Rumiko Takahashi. And I'm going to be using this black Japanese paint brush marker kind of thing. I guess it's supposed to be really similar to a Pentel pocket brush. I got it in some sort of manga inking pack a while back. I just wanted to try it out. Been experimenting lately with, instead of using the brush and the Black Magic ink, I've been trying to use either like a micron or some sort of like paint marker brush pen sort of thing. So this is me experimenting with this particular pen, or brush pen I should say. Starting with the eyes, I chose a sort of larger drawing of Kagome just to try it out because I feel like this brush is really large, this brush pen. So I wanted to have a larger drawing to try it out. I do like this. I've used it off camera on a couple of other things that were a little bit smaller, and I do like that I can make really fine lines with it, but I have to be very, very careful and very steady with my hand. Rotating the paper to get my hand at the appropriate angle to make the marks. The drying time on this ink is pretty good too. You can see I inked the outline of her face, and I'm able to sort of put my hand over that already. This video is a little bit accelerated. It took me about maybe 20 minutes to ink all of this in. Maybe a little bit longer because actually her hair is going to be completely filled in with black ink. As always, I'm not being too precious with my marks. I do know I can come back in later and correct them if I need to. Obviously, that one line of her neck is going through the shirt, so I'm going to have to come back in and white that out at some point. I do like using this brush pen, I will say, because if I was used to using a regular paintbrush and the Black Magic ink, I would have to be dipping the brush into the ink multiple times, where this I can just keep going. And now I've got the micron out because I forgot to put in the panel borders before I started this video. So I'm going to be doing that after the fact. Definitely don't recommend this, but here we are. Yeah, it's just got this regular metal ruler. It's got the backside of it's like got a little bit of cork on it, so that way it doesn't. And there's like a little bit of an edge, so you when you're drawing with it, you're not going to be lifting directly off of the ink, if that makes any sense. I know a lot of cartoonists, for a little bit of hack, they will tape pennies on the back of a regular ruler to sort of elevate it a little bit. But it just so happens I have this ruler that's already got the it elevated. And now I'm going to be going around the contour of the entire drawing with the black brush pen. And that way I can come back in with a bigger brush and fill in the larger area with black. Hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And right here I've got out a blue pencil because I felt like there was just going to be this big area of black, and I kind of wanted to have a little bit of a highlight in Kagome's hair. So I'm going to put that in first before going around and finishing the contours. I also have completed recently my first manga-inspired comic book called Koji and Maru. If you're curious about that, there'll be a link below where you can purchase that in printed form and also digital. Again, just rotating the paper to go around the contour. And now I'm going to go in with some Winsor Newton white ink and clean up some of those areas where I've sort of gone a little bit too far, or maybe the mark isn't just like what I want it to be. I want it to be a little bit cleaner. Like here on the chin, I went a little bit too far. If you've watched my videos before, you know this is sort of part of my process, common thing that I do. I always like to make the eyes and the eyelashes and all that very, very clean. I feel like, you know, most people are going to focus on the eye, so I really want to make that look good as well. And with this panel being very simple or sparse, you know, I wanted to make sure everything that was, you know, there was very clean and looked as best as it could. And I know this is just practice. You know, I'm just practicing inking to get better at the different tools. And I've been trying to use sort of this brush pen to accelerate how I'm able to make pages. And here I've got the Black Magic out and a Winsor Newton brush. And I'm just going around and filling in this big area with black ink. And I'm trying to put down the ink in brush strokes that sort of mimic how I imagined her hair is flowing. I had, you know, heard or learned long ago that sort of like sold the drawing a little bit better. Especially if you're looking at the original art. I mean, obviously, when this would be scanned in and printed, it's just going to be 100% black, so you're not going to see these sort of marks. Unless I did the comic that way, but usually I'm making it just 100% black, you know, tweaking the levels. And I should probably mention, too, I also had found this image online, printed it in blue ink on just regular, you know, copy paper or whatever. So when I put down this much ink, the paper sort of buckles. Can't really see it necessarily in the video. And especially if I put down too much ink, it goes through onto the back paper that I have on the board. But yeah, just something to consider. Unfortunately, my printer cannot print on, you know, super, super heavy stock. So, and with this, you know, I'm just experimenting, just trying out new techniques to get better and quicker at inking. So when I ink my own comics and, you know, create art for myself, I just am better at it and have, you know, a process down that I can rely on. I'm going to go in here and clean up a couple more areas here. Obviously, I went a little bit far over that line. Even though I gave myself a little bit of a buffer, I still went a little bit too far with the ink. I know I can always go back in and just white it out if I need to. Just want to make a little bit of an adjustment to her hair here. Feel like it's a little busy right here, so I'm trying to, you know, clean it up as best as I can. Maybe even simplify. I know there were Rumiko had put down a lot of lines for the hair, so I'm just trying to honor that, but also, you know, make it look clean and readable for for my eye anyway. And almost finished here. Okay, on the left is the original pencils by Rumiko Takahashi, and on the right is my inked version. Hope you like it. Please let me know in the comments below. Consider liking and subscribing. And if you're curious, my all-ages manga-inspired comic book Koji Maru is available in print and digital download. There'll be a link below. And also there'll be a link below for my Patreon. Consider subscribing to that. Thanks. I'll see you again next time.